Was that the local bottom, or are we going lower? That's what we're going to take a look at in this video. Now, I wasn't here last week, but hopefully you took note of the videos I was making the 2 weeks before, anticipating a big move down. I thought we were going to eventually get our way to 25.2k. However, didn't think that we were going to do it in one swipe like we did. Thought we were going to lose 29, hit 28, and then, as I say, slowly work our way down. But as we all know, Thursday, the day of reckoning, big drop down to 25.2k. As you can see, all important monthly level there. So in this video, we're going to go through all the usual stuff, the charts for Bitcoin, Ethereum, some TradFi with the S&P and the dollar, and then finally go through some altcoins, having a look at some potential trading opportunities. So if you do like our content, please do consider liking and subscribing. We do appreciate it. It does help us out massively. Before we get into the charts, let's quickly go over all the things you need to know for this week. So taking a look at the economic calendar, not much on here. Apart from a little bit of PMI, which we've discussed before, is another inflation indicator. But the big one we really need to look out for is the end of the week, the 24th, 25th. We've got Jackson Hole. So if you don't know what Jackson Hole is, it is the Federal Reserve Bank of Kansas City, which hosts dozens of central bankers, policymakers, academics, and economists, I should say, from around the world at its annual economic policy symposium at Jackson Hole, Wyoming. So basically, massive event, happens every year. All the big wigs in finance and central banking and policymakers, etc., all getting together, deciding what policies to carry out over the following year. And as you can see, these are the previous years. So last year, it's always around the same time, sort of towards the end of August. So last year, Thursday, August 25th. If we take a look at what happened to the charts on August 25th of last year, let's just zoom in. I think it was around here, October, September. Here we go. So this was it, August 25th. The following day, we dropped from 21.8 and worked our way down. Straight away, we went down to 20k, and then the following days, we made our way down to 18.5k. So a couple of bombshells dropped by Jerome Powell at Jackson Hole last year. Is it going to be the same again this year? Again, it's around between the 24th and the 26th. So yeah, towards the end of the week, Thursday, Friday, we'll see what happens to the market with that. But apart from that, not really anything else to look out for, just mainly the Jackson Hole. So do we have a similar reaction to last year, this year? We will wait and find out. Let's get into the charts then. BTC monthly time frame, as we said, this looks like a confirmed deviation out of 29.3, which I was warning about before. Strong resistance, finally got above it, but couldn't hold it. Deviation back down below, and I said we would eventually get down to 25k if that was the case. But as I say, we got down there pretty quick. If we take, as I say, this is a very important support. You know, this was obviously the low from back in June. If we get a monthly close below 25.2k, I think we make our way down to 21.5. Very important for the bulls that we hold this level on the monthly time frame. On the weekly, all the levels are exactly the same. As you can see, swing high here from August 15th, which is at 25.2k level. Resistance here, 13th and 20th of Feb. And support here on the 12th of June. So this line is perfect for both the monthly and weekly level. So any weekly or monthly close below 25.2k, I think we're in trouble. You can see the bounce we had on the, was it Thursday the 17th or so, where we had the big drop, but caused a big wick and zip straight back up. So yeah, very important level to hold for the bulls. If we go down to the daily, the meat and bones of it. So as you can see, big wick. We depend on what exchange you're on. I think Bybit was the lowest at 24.2. That went down to. This is a Bitfinex chart. This went down to 24.7. I think Binance held 25k. I don't think it dipped below 25. But yeah, basically big liquidity event, thin books, big fast drop. So we were talking about this before. I thought we were going to make our way down to 28k for a long time. Thought first of all we're going to do it here on the 1st of August. Big wick down to 28.6, zip back up. Then again, when we started dipping below on the 7th of August, got down to 28.7, zip back up. And then finally, we lost this level at 29.1. Strong daily close below on the 16th of August. And then the following day, the Thursday, dropped straight through. Thought 28k would have provided some sort of support. Went through it, like hot knife through butter, and ended up, as I say, around about that 25k level. Now, we've got this resistance just above us, 26.3. The start of this leg of the move from back on the 19th of June, where we rallied from 26.3 pretty much to 31.5k. So we've got below that on Friday, bearish retests on Saturday and Sunday. So that's what we need to get back. But if we do get a daily close back above 26.3 and hold it, then I think we rally up to 28k and have a retest of that area. But at the moment, not looking too good. As I say, even on the daily time frame, this 25.2k is a perfect level. You can see the wicks into it and then the blast above and then the hold of support back here on the 14th, 15th. So very, very important level from the daily time frame upwards on the 25.2k. So we'll see if we end up coming back down there at all, or if we break up and have a little rally up to 28k. Ethereum looking very, very dangerous. I've talked about this for months and months and months. The fact that we got a monthly close above 1721 resistance, but didn't really go anywhere, and now it looks like we're threatening to deviate this level. So if a monthly close below 1721, that looks very bearish in my opinion. Probably make our way down to this leg of the move down at $1,200, maybe even further, but not a good look if we do get the monthly close below. Same with the weekly. This is our lowest weekly close for a long time, since sort of March time. So that's not looking too good. Probably making our way down to 1370. And then on the daily time frame, not really much to add apart from this level. Very important, 1635. You can see we've this was the low back on the 14th, 15th of June. Very important level. Managed to hold it on Thursday, even though we wicked down to 1518. I think that was based on the news of the futures ETF for Ethereum. But again, much like BTC, we've got this 1697 level, which is overhead resistance. If we get a daily close and hold above that, then maybe we can have a chance of saving the monthly level. But for now, it doesn't look good. And if we get a daily close below 1635, I think that really does look very bearish indeed. So keep a close eye on that. And if we get below that, probably looking at 1370 odd. So it's looking ropey, but both BTC and ETH on strong levels of support if they can manage to hold them. ETH BTC looks interesting if we go to the weekly time frame. Reset that. You can see it's held the weekly range lows at 0.06 and testing this bearish trend line. So a breakout of this, maybe we rally up to the weekly monthly mid-range 0.066 and maybe beyond, but definitely keep an eye on that. But bear in mind, of course, this could just be another sort of fake out, failed breakout, breakdown from resistance, and another quote-unquote alt season that never quite appeared. If we take a look at Bitcoin dominance, of course, this is coming down due to ETH BTC having a rally. However, very important level here on Bitcoin dominance. We hit that level of resistance of 52%. We've retraced now. We're right at the monthly range highs. If we hold this level, then that's obviously that's very bullish. That is a higher low and a continuation of the trend. If we deviate back inside this monthly range, so if we get below 48% again, that is very bearish for Bitcoin dominance, which is good for altcoins. So keep an eye on that over the next month or so. Obviously, I will keep you updated on that each week. And then finally, let's take a look at some TradFi. So the S&P rejecting off that big monthly resistance at 4,600, coming down to this very important level of 4,327. So we talked about this potentially happening. If it comes down here, has a bullish retest of 4,327, puts in a higher low, then maybe we could see new all-time highs. If it gets a monthly close below 4,327, that's a big deviation, pretty similar to Bitcoin and Ethereum potentially. And that could be a run all the way back down to 3,587, the monthly range low there. So keep an eye on that. But as I say, it could be bullish. It just depends on whether we hold it on the monthly close or not. We may not even test it this month. Who knows? But obviously, as I said at the beginning, Jackson Hole will be a big impact on that. And of course, let's not forget the VIX. When the VIX is high, time to buy. When the VIX is low, look out below. Been talking about this for a long time. It's finally got a little bit of movement. If this rallies up to the usual highs of 30 plus, then that will definitely signal a bigger pullback on the S&P. And as I say, keep an eye on that monthly time frame close and that 4,327 level. And then finally, take a look at the dollar. Holding very nicely on that 101 monthly level, having a nice little run. However, on the weekly time frame, potential area for another lower high, as you can see. And you can see this is the swing high from July as well. So very important level for it to get above this 103 level here. If we can get above that, then maybe it can take out these highs and hit 105. And as I've said before, a bullish dollar is usually bearish for Bitcoin. Not always 100% correlation, but usually the case. So that's all the majors done. Let's get into the altcoins. So you can see these three highlighted are what I consider potential long opportunities here. I'll quickly go through them. So ADA, as you can see, holding the weekly range lows, retesting them after having a bearish retest of the mid-range. Big wick. If we go down to the daily, this is the trade setup. This is what we've gone for on the Earn While You Learn on our Learning Crypto Premium. If you want to learn more, check out the link below. We've got all sorts of education, trading, community, etc. But as you can see, broke out of the range and we've deviated back inside. So we're looking for, we've held the retest on yesterday. Today, obviously, we're jumping in right on our invalidation point. Basically, any daily close below the daily range low of 26.5 cents, and we will jump out, cut our losses. But if it holds, then we should get a decent rally. It might only make it up to the mid-range, but even so, if it does, obviously profit is profit. But as I say, if we get a daily close back below this level, then we will just cut straight away. So really good trade there. Nice R&R, and as I say, nice tight invalidation, which is what I like. AVAX is pretty similar. Big monthly level here, the monthly range low. As you can see, it's been the bottom a number of times in AVAX's history. And if you go onto the daily, this line in particular, this sort of $10, $10.76 was the bottom here back at the end of the year and start of this year. So looking for another bounce, but as you can see, it's actually dropping quite a lot this morning. So maybe this trade's not going to work out. We jumped into it about an hour or so ago. Our invalidation is a daily close below the level that it's currently sat right on, which is $10.50, which is the local lows from Friday. So daily close below Friday's lows, and we will jump out for a small loss. As you can see, stop loss is down here. TP or full TP will be up at a daily or bearish retest of the daily range low at about $12. So keep an eye on that. This is, as I say, this is right at invalidation point. So ideal entry right now. Jump out if there's a daily close below. And then finally ZIL. Again, similar situation. Big monthly level, as you can see. And it's been the bottom a number of times. Go to the weekly. Again, nice clean level, as you can see. And then daily time frame. Very similar setup to AVAX. This was the bottom back in June, as you can see. So again, the risk reward, you'd be looking for a long up for a bearish retest of the daily range low at 0.019, and then your invalidation is a daily close below this Friday's lows of 0.01621. So there's some decent trades. Longs only at the moment, just because we've not really rallied enough, in my personal opinion, for a for shorts. However, maybe proved wrong. Well, I say the entries just aren't there for me in terms of shorts. Obviously, if you're already in them, then happy days. But yeah, would have liked to see a little bit more upside before jumping into shorts. Maybe a little bit of a rally. But if we don't get them, so be it. Got nice tight invalidations. I moved those into the wrong place. Got nice tight invalidations on the three trades on ADA, AVAX and ZIL. Maybe not ZIL. ZIL's a little bit looser, but certainly ADA and AVAX. Nice tight invalidations if I'm wrong. But yeah, that's basically it. So have a good week, guys. Keep your eyes out for the Jackson Hole announcements on Thursday and Friday. And I'll obviously have a video for you on Friday to go through everything that we know so far. So have a good week, and I'll see you then.